Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Reactions as Aisha Yesufu reveals what her husband did to her after Pastor Sam Adeyemi called him. Fellow Nigerians, we all know the Bring Back Our Girls movement. Aisha Yesufu is one woman who, although a Muslim, but someone who will not stand at the face of oppression and allow fellow human beings to be brought, to shame in a very, bad manner. She's one person who during the Endsars took a photo mirroring the liberty, freedom image in America. She's such an, she's an activist, one woman who speaks her heart, and I admire her, some of her activities, standing up, especially encouraging the North to stand up for what is right. Anyway, my people, the matter today is that Sam Adeyemi called her husband and there was a drastic reaction. Let's get straight into the news and understand all that is happening. Pastor Sam Adeyemi calling her husband. Nigerian political activist Aisha Yesufu has revealed what her husband did to her after Pastor Sam Adeyemi called the husband on the phone. She disclosed this via her recent Twitter on her official Twitter account, sharing the tweet which sparked reaction online. Aisha Yesufu started by thanking the man of God, Sam Adeyemi, for calling her husband and speaking with him over the phone. She stated that it was lovely seeing her husband blush as hearing the pastor voice from the other end of the phone. Aisha Yesufu also went forward and revealed what the call made her husband to do. He was excited like a kid, and she ended up receiving a huge hug. She also thanked her auntie for always coming through for her. She wrote, "Wow, thank you, Pastor Sam Adeyemi, for calling my husband and speaking with him. It was lovely seeing my husband blush at hearing your voice on the other end of the phone. Thank you, Auntie," and she mentioned her auntie's name, "for always coming through for me. He was so excited like a kid and he gave me a huge hug." So something happened, and Sam Adeyemi, had to call Aisha Yesufu husband, to speak to him, to explain on some matters. And her husband, was excited to hear, he's only a strong man that can actually marry a woman, like that. Her husband, I must commend him, is a strong man. He's a man who is, who I want to say is a 21st century man. Okay, that's the way I would put it, a 21st century man. Aisha Yesufu is not a regular Muslim wife you want to say. She's one person who cannot be caged, asked to, bend down to submission at all costs. I'm not saying she's not submissive. Please don't misquote me or misunderstand me. I'm saying in the face of oppression, she's able to have the balance and say no when the answer should be no. Not people being oppressed and yet she's smiling, not people being put down and yet she's, having a field day. Not Aisha Yesufu. Aisha Yesufu will stand up and defend the defenseless. Aisha Yesufu is one woman. She has such a great courage. A woman who is filled with courage will stand up and say, no, this is not right. We see it all over the country. She has become popular, even from Bring Back Our Girls. She eliminated what happened growing up as a young girl. That before she could say, before she turned teen, all her mates, she did not have anyone to play with anymore. What happened? They've all been given out in marriage. But she said no. She was going to stay true. She's going to go to school. By the time she got married, 24, 25, one of the two ages. By the time she was getting married, her mates that they gave birth to the same day, age range the same time, were already grandparents. This is what happens in the North. And your government will not say the truth. Your government will keep quiet and be oblivious to it. And what they are talking about is oil in the Niger Delta, all about how to immerse wealth for themselves, not about the general public, not about the common man on the street, not about how to make life better for Nigerians. No, nothing of such. All they talk and they care about is for themselves. All they talk and they care about is how to amass wealth for themselves. How nobody should speak, hate speech, social media, misrepresentation, and telling the nation, telling the world wrong things about Nigeria. That's all they really care about, not because they care about the common man on the street who is speaking out and saying no to injustice, no to evil happening in our economy, no to bad governance. If you say that, you become an enemy of the government. What is happening today? Nigerian youth took to the streets and say enough is enough. We are tired of bad governance. We want good government. We want our children to go to good schools. We want our roads to be better. We want good government all round. And guess what? What did Nigerian government do? As we are speaking, there is a court case hanging over Sam Adeyemi, Aisha Yesufu, alongside many others. What's going on currently now in this country? This is where Nigerian government has turned something else. This is not democracy. This is not what it ought to be. It has become totally different, what it ought not to be. It has become a den where people oppress people and do not speak the truth. A den where oppression is the order of the day, where the Nigerian government, oppress and dent the right of the common man on the street and shut him up and make him feel less of a human being. This is what Nigerian government has resorted themselves into. And the North has said that they have discerned Aisha Yesufu. Why did they do that? They said she's too proactive as a woman. She speaks too much. A woman is supposed to be silent. A woman is not supposed to speak. How do you, I beg your pardon. We have women who are president of countries in today's life, 2020. We have women who are sincerely leading affairs, institutions, agencies, bringing change, bringing truth, reality, bringing, innovations and ideas to life to change the perspective. Women who are intelligent, but guess what? Some northern men feel intimidated by this kind of women and will not want to hear their list, will not want to hear their voices. They would rather want to oppress them at a very tender age, get them impregnated, steal their right of, giving out good opportunity to have a good opportunity in life, everything to keep them down. Anyway, Aisha Yesufu, we celebrate you, your work you are doing in Nigeria, speaking out for the voiceless. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye for now.